Good afternoon, everyone. My name is KJ. We are actually from DSC. It's basically, we are providing the digitalization solutions to the manufacturing industry. So this is the third time that we have been working with MPMA to share a session. Last 2 years, one is a plastic conference, another one is a MPMA Northern Roadshow as well. So first of all, we'd like to thank MPMA for giving DSC opportunity to share some of our ideas or some of our experience on helping companies to do digitalizations, especially on manufacturing. So let me go for today's agenda. Because there are some might know us, some doesn't. Probably this is the first time we met. So basically we will have a little bit of introduction on our company. Then we'll let you guys know for DSC, for Digiwin, what are our market reach and what are some of our key customers with the case preview. Then on the last section, we'll be showing you guys how does we provide step-to-step digitalizations on some of our customers with the actual case study. Okay, so Digiwin actually established in China, in Taiwan, at 1982. So right now we have more than 40 years of experience on helping companies to go for digitalizations on your factory. For example, regardless of ERP, MES, IoT, all those solutions are within our package. Okay, we expand our business from Taiwan to China. So from there, China, we have been public listed on China for more than 10 years. And slowly we expand our businesses to Southeast Asia. So we started from Vietnam and then Malaysia and then Thailand. Okay. So with our 43 years of experience in helping companies to go for digitalization, we are able to say that our solution actually help companies to enhance their operations regardless of how do you visualize your factory, how do you improve your OEE, improve your U rate and all those. We does have the tools and the solutions to help the company to go for improving their daily operations. With these 40 years, started from ERP. We believe that from procedure wise, we have to improve our inner procedure before we could go for much more deeper execution on your production floor and on your warehouses. So we started from ERP. We understand the whole company flow, whole company operations. Then from there, we could move forward to a much more detailed control on your MES or on your warehouse or on your group consolidated financial report and all those. Okay, so a little bit of our milestone of our company. So we established in Taiwan on 1982. Then on early 2000, we entered to China main market. Okay, so after that, we expand our businesses to Southeast Asia. On Taiwan market share, basically 70% of IPO company are using our solution because we actually we founded in Taiwan, and then Taiwan, every company actually believe our solutions to help them to enhance their businesses, enhance their operations. So from there, we thus accumulated 70% of IPO companies in Taiwan. In China, if we counted local solution brand in China, we are not talking about SAP or Oracle. So for local domestic brand in manufacturing, we are leading with a notable of 14.7% in China market. Okay, so this is our development milestones that our company has been moving forward because we believe that digitalization tools are all the same. What we see is that some of the companies that experience on digitalization, using digitalization tool to enhance their operations with the base of the models or the modules or the operation they use, we are trying to implement the same solutions to others similar industry. Okay, so that is a little bit background of our company. Then we believe Digiwin actually excels on digitalizations. So of course, first of all, we did mention we are 40 years of accumulated knowledge on helping manufacturing company. So for different industry, okay. Then not only we have ERP, so we does have a MES, we does have IoT solution, we does have WMS solution as well. So using all these platforms, we are trying to integrate all these digitalizations to provide a really insight, closed loop data collection cycles within the whole module. Then of course, recent years AI has come in. We does have we call it a PLM. It's basically your product life management. We integrate with AI to really predict the life cycle management of your product. So regardless of how do you switch your different materials, different processes, different cycle time, different machines, we are able to estimate, we are able to calculate the result based on your inputs of your parameters. So we thus using AI to do a preventive maintenance and big data for production optimization along. If let's say going forward, of course, we are trying to reach what we call a digital twin on your factory concept, which means that you are able to visualize the whole factory in a digital space. Okay. For manufacturing industry, of course, we have different industry or different companies, but we only focus on all these 10 industry, especially in Malaysia. We only focus on automobile, metal product, plastic and rubber, electronical component, and machinery equipment, because we don't believe that one ERP or one tools that actually fits to the different industry. Each different industry have their own individual pain point and have their own process and operations they need to enhance from. That's why we are not focusing on many industries, but we are trying to provide the best solutions to the industry. So from there, we are serving more than 50,000 of customers around the whole Asian Pacific area. So in Malaysia, we do cover the 5 industries we mentioned just now and some others industry as well. So from plastic, some of the companies that are using our solution, for example, RGT, Unipipe recently, and Promo as well. Okay, so on JB area, of course, we have Changhuat, we have Tiong Heng. Okay, this is our customers that are using our solution right now. Other industry, for example, metal processing, automotive, electronical, like Fortai has been using our solution for more than 10 years, and furniture industry as well. Okay, so this is some of our customers that have been using our solution in Malaysia. So if we go for global, of course, we does mostly our customers is on China. So for example, the electrical appliances Robam is one of our customers as well. Okay, so we go for a little bit case previews on how does our solutions actually helps the customer. So for example, for RGT, when they started, they actually using different systems for their daily operation. For example, probably they are using accounting system for their daily operation, but slowly they realize that actually for them to excel or for them to move forward, they are trying to integrate their information from different platforms, from different departments. That's why they implemented ERPs and the shop floor tracking to really able to visualize everything in their production floor. So previously they have facing, for example, a financial closing days around 10 to 15 days. But after using our solution, because all the data is collected in real time, they are able to reduce the closing days to around within 3 days. Okay, so of course from there, for them, they done the planning. They are able to complete their planning within half of a day because they have established the booms and the inventory within their solutions. Okay, so another one is a metal processing company which is providing metal casting solutions to their customers. Okay, so before they started, they wanted to have something really actual cost calculation method to really indicates their products gross profit. From there, because without using previously when they are not using our solutions, they are using a manual method to calculate out the product cost using probably your opening plus closing plus purchase minus out your closing to calculate a rough cost only. to individual product, because they are OEM, they are really care about their product costing. Individual product, they couldn't capture how many actual costs from there. So after using our solution, first of all, we established the BOM. This is the first step. And then on their production floor, we help them to really categorize or really centralize their costing into each individual job order. Okay, so from there they will know each job how many costing was implemented during their productions, and then finally they could calculate out the actual cost. Of course, based on that, they could calculate out each product gross profit. Okay, so another customers in here is basically TLGF. This is a China company, came to Malaysia to establish, to supply the AC conductor hose to the Proton. For automotive industry, one of the main things that they are trying to focus on is they are able to trace back the production lot itself. Because whenever there's a defect or customer complaint from their end, they wanted to know which batch has been delivered to the customers, and then from there, which is the material or which is the operator or which is the equipment used during their productions. They have been using our ERP and WMS and our production flow control IoT solutions. They are able to, first of all, record down the traceability on your production batch, which means that the moment you inputted your materials until you deliver your lot to your customers, we are able to trace from the delivery batch until your material receiving batch. Okay, so of course this is the traceability part. From there, they are trying to see their operator performance, whether on your daily output, whether the operators has been performing efficiently. So from there, of course, we are able to capture your production operators output. Okay, every day their operator will, in here they use a mobile to really perform their daily processes from your check-in and your check-out and everything. Okay, so for the manager or factory manager, they are able to use mobile to really see currently which order is running, is currently until which processes. Okay, so another company, this is an Indonesia company. Why I specifically bring out this company? Because this company, there's a multiple MNC company. They have a factory on Vietnam, have a factory on Indonesia. So different country, their financial regulations is different. So they are trying to approach us to really have a consolidated financial report from different region and different country in the end, and to consolidate as a group financial report. Okay, so which means that whenever the different, so we implemented our ERP within their solution as well as the financial part. So whenever they are trying to output the consolidated financial report, they could do it directly from the system itself. For example, some of the companies might have different entities of your companies. So whenever on the group base you want to submit your financial report, you need some accountant to consolidate all your different company financial report together and then submit to the auditor. So our solutions are able to directly output the consolidated financial report from your different company. Okay, so this is another customers in Taiwan. So these customers has been implemented our smart meter because recent years ESG or smart meters or energy management came up to the topic to really help for the sustainability topic or the environmental perseverance. So they are trying to monitor their electricity trend so that they have indicators or they have ways to really see which is the equipment or which area is the highest energy consumptions. Okay, just like Mr. Cha presentation just now, they did mention that TNB is trying to raise the tariff, so which means that we wanted to see from our daily consumption of our electricity bill, which machine is consuming or which area is consuming a higher allocation of the electricity, for us to calculate out the maximum demand or the tariff in between your daily hours. So we are able to see which is the highest tariff or which is the lower tariff, so that we would know how do we plan our production to avoid the higher electricity costs. So the last one will be the KBF, which is doing the furniture. They apply for the RA during the grant was issued on a few years back. So we are appointed as a solution provider for them to feed out to the RA requirements so that they are able to receive the grant from the government. So after using our solution, they are able to receive the full payment from the grant because we have been able to fulfill the readiness assessment reports requirement using our solution. So this will be later on will be the actual case study on how does we help them on fulfilling the RA's requirements. Okay, so on the last part of today's presentation, basically we'll be sharing the KBF case studies step by step on showing that how does our solution help them to not only digitalizations on their production floor, but as well as they're able to use our solutions to get approval from the RA auditor requirements. Okay, so a little bit different. Our companies are working a little bit different comparing to others companies. We categorize ourselves not as a software company. We are a total solution provider, which means that some other companies, they probably show you a bunch of functions and to let you know this function could help you do what, this function to help you do what. In the end, during your implementations, they only teach you the function, but they didn't provide you the methods on, for example, whenever there's an extension happens, which directions you need to go for first. Okay, for example, this week I was on another customers. They are trying to ready for stock take. Their workers or their office staff, they are not familiar with the stock take procedures. Okay, even though we have the report or we have the tools, or you could use this to generate your stock take list, your stock take card, and then you just stick it on there to do your stock count. But actually, even though with the tools, they don't have the experience to perform the stock take. That's why they are afraid on whether the stock take can be successfully done. Okay, so during the visit with them, we provided the method, we provided the steps, we provided the schedule to them to really how to perform the stock take based on your factory layout, based on your staff readiness, based on what other things you need to prepare before the stock take. Okay, so from us is basically we will be going through these multiple steps before we came out to our total solutions to you. So of course, first of all, we need to have a mutual introduction between us, which means that you actually know what we does and then how does your company operates and perform. Then we'll show you some other industries that are similar to you, and then we'll showing you that these pain points or these issues during the companies expanding their business or digitalizations, how do they use our solution to really overcome these challenges. Then from there, we'll propose a blueprint solution to you, which means that from the interviews or from your the discussion between us, we'll provide an actual proposal based on your result, based on your situations. Then we will estimating the result after using our solutions, what are the outcomes or what are the gains you will achieve. Then of course, if the solution is okay, you are satisfied with your solution, then we will only go for quotations and signing. Okay, so this is how we actually work with others industry instead of just demo the whole system to you and then we just put a price to you, give a price to you. Okay, so we did mention just now we have interview sessions, we have a proposal section. So based on our project blueprint, we'll be outputting your company profile, and then what are you trying to overcome or what are the issues you're trying to solve in your digitalizations. Then from there, we'll set up different indicators or different targets for us to really see if we are able to achieve this ability or achieve this target, will our project goals can be accomplished. Okay, so this is how we actually works with our customers. So for example, if let's say your customers has been complaining your delivery date is too long. So from there, we'll go to your value chain, we'll break down into your value chains to see on your on your daily operations or on your processes, which is the bottleneck, which is the gap. And then from there, how do we improve on based on the others companies' solutions or the others companies' benchmark. So from there, how do we minimize or how do we solve the issue within your bottleneck of your processes? Okay. Then from there, we'll provide not only the tools, we'll provide the procedures, we'll provide the knowledge, we'll provide the monitoring method, we will provide the pre-alert, which indicator you need to pre-alert whenever there's a trend on your performance and everything. We'll provide everything during your implementation to you so that even though we hand over the project, we have go live, you still have a guideline, you still have methods to really review on your operations. Okay, so right now we'll be talking about this KBF Furniture. This is a furniture company located in Malacca. They have been manufacturing the bedroom furnitures and distributed locally and export as well. Okay, so during their project goal, basically because they apply for the IR 4.0 grant, so the auditor from MIDA provided them which are the key improvement paths they are trying to improve on. So from our part, because for the IA report, not only they will be focusing on the digitalization, they're also focusing on how do you train your operators on your management as well. So from our part, basically we'll be focusing on to visualize your processes, to really implement not only automated machine, but as well we have a software to really perform on the data collections. And lastly, to be able to train your people to be able to use the solutions. Okay, so basically this is the goal when we work together with KBF. Then after understanding their issue or based on the result on the RA assessment report, so we have been providing them, they have multiple pillars on the RAs, but we're focusing on the ERP, WMS and the MES. So ERP is basically letting them to integrate their procedures together and to really link between departments. Everyone is talking on the same platform, discussing on the same platform. So for WMS and MES is basically detailed controls on your processes. You are using barcode to process your transaction instead of using data entry and key in. MES is monitor your production floor, monitor your machines, monitor your job order status. Okay, so like we mentioned just now, basically we are using QR code system on your daily transactions. We are implementing MES with IoT, as well as using ERP for your overall management and connectivity between from your sales until delivery until finance. Okay, so this is the overall blueprint when we implemented with them. So we started from ERP, from your broom and routing and your job order. Then moving inside MES is basically on your production floor control, on the analysis of your OEE, how do you dispatch your job, how do you perform each routing processes from your slitting, secondary process, and the process of following on. So in between, of course, for production floor, when we wanted to trace your quality, your order progress, your machine data collection and KPIs and OEE, everything is within the MES. Okay, so from the overall blueprint, after the customers agree on the procedures and the steps, then from there we'll break down into the details of your procedures. So starting from the orders you receive until your delivery. So from there we'll be break down your processes step by step to really see which part is the bottleneck, which is the place to use on ERP or WMS or MES, so that you will have a clear picture during the implementation and your company operation moving forward. Okay, so for example, this will be some of the things that we enhance on during the implementation. So previously they are using drawings as their booms to show the materials or to calculate out your materials. So we have set up the basic data within the system so that you have a list and everything whenever the job order has been issued. Then previously they use the papers for their JO creation, job order creation or works order creation. Okay, so after implementing our solution, everything can be digitalized, everything can be monitored from the ERP itself. Okay, so from the material planning wise, of course, you have different job orders, you have different material requirements. You have previously they calculated everything on their own. So after that, after using our ERP's, MRP's solution, they are able to plan for the finished good, for the materials with the current supply and demands on the company, which means that you will know which order is coming in, which purchase order materials is coming in. Then from there, it will help us to calculate the exact quantity you needed. No, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so previously they used the workbook for each JO. What are the processes they're gonna to go through? Okay, so after implementing all the solutions, we are able to digitalize their routing. So from starting, what are the processes of each JO you're gonna to go through? In the end, what are the final assembly? And then when the production has been completed, how do we stock into our inventory? So that you have a clear pictures on your production floor of each JO, what are the process you're gonna to go through. Then of course, they use the traveler card manually. Which job, which product, which operator, how many quantity completed, who is the person, and then signature. Okay, this is how does the company works without digitalizations. So using our run card, every processes will be generated automatically. You could use the barcode to scan and check in without need to key in anymore, without need to handwriting anymore. Okay, this is similar. When they request for materials, they have to write on the paper manually. Okay, and then of course we are able to output the material usage based on the WMS and based on your consumption on your production floor, and then we could calculate out which products or which job order are using more material comparing to your standards boom. Okay, everything can be labelized, and then everything can be used the label to perform for the transactions. Okay, so for the work order status, for example, if you want to know currently this order is currently run until which stage, you need to call the factory manager or you need to call your planner to ask, this customer's order is going to deliver next week. What are the status from that? So using our solution, because the operator able to perform their daily job reporting, when you log into MES, you could see the order status directly. So you will know whether the orders can be completed on time or not. Okay, so for plastic industry, for example, if you are providing the parts to E&E or automotive, one of the main things is whenever there is a complaint and defect from your customers, we wanted to know where actually go wrong. So during the implementation of MES, we are able to record down the production lot of each JO, which means that today the outputted lot to the customers is actually came from which JO. So we will know which is the parts that have been going wrong. Then from there we could identify what are the issues. So regardless it's on your operator, on your machines, on your defect rate, on your yield rate and everything, from that particular JO, we are able to record down and to able to trace it back in the future if there's a customer complaint. Then everything will be monitored and go through within the tablet or within the scanners or on the workstation. You don't have to write or data entry anymore. You could use the scanner to scan. You could use the tablet to do the feedback. Then, for example, the planner, when we done the planning, you have to plan on the Excel sheet and then you need to print out the Excel sheet and put and give it to the line leaders So using our solution, they are able to arrange everything on the tablet itself, so that we could come up a Gantt chart table for each JO of each machine, so they will know every day which machine is running which orders, estimated complete date is when. Okay, because we are able to go for IoT, which means that we are able to directly connect with the machines. So from there, we are able to monitor the machine status regardless from your tablets or your mobile phone. So from here, you could see there's a different indicator to show you that what are the current status of each machine. So you will know currently there is one machine is malfunction, one is idle, two is running. So we will know which machine is running what order right now directly from your mobile. You don't have to go into the production floor to see again. Okay, so other than that, this is just how they use the paper to record down the downtime of each machine. Everything can be feedback on the platform itself. And then every day, your worker attendance, when we saw the worker attendance, you will know they are working for 8 hours, but you don't know during these 8 hours which job they are working on. So from there, not only we could capture your work orders, your workers on-duty time, we could also, during this on-duty period, we would know which moment are doing which orders and everything. Okay, so this customer, of course, they go for IoT. So we does, you could see from here, there is a different machine equipment types, regardless of your commercial machines or your CNC cutting machines or your sanding machine. Or whether you, for plastic, of course, you have an injection and molding machine. Everything can be go for IoT to connect to the machine itself. So for conventional machine, of course, you will involve a hardware sensor installations. If your machine is able to go for PLC's connections, then of course we could directly integrate with them, given with the machine authority. Okay, then we are able to capture the actual OEE of your machine, because we have been collecting your machine running time, when was the downtime, and then during your output, which is good quantity, which is a defect quantity and everything. Then from there, we are able to calculate out your OEE during your productions. Okay, so to conclude, basically after implementing the MES with customers, we are able to visualize the management on your production floor, which means that we could able to see what is going on right now on your production floor through the platform directly. We are able to monitor your production site. We have a real-time control on your production process. Okay, so this is basically after implementing the MES with KBS. So finally, go for the result itself. Okay. So when we work with the MIDA, the auditors, we have stated out what are the processes we're going to go for digitalization, or what are the processes are going to use the solutions to monitor. So from there, we set out, I think if I remember correctly, there's 10 different processes on your daily operation, regardless of your sales orders, your production floor, your material issue. All different processes we have achieved more comparing to the RA's report requirement. So which means that then of course we are able to exceed more than the target based on the requirement from the MIDA. Then of course in KBF there are a total of roughly around 100 employees on the production floor. So they are required to upskill and reskilling the operator from paperwork to mobile tools feedbacks. Of course, from there we also train the operators how they going to use the tablet itself, the functionals, PDAs and everything. So from there, each line leader that we train is more than 10% of their total workers. Okay, so lastly is basically the machine OEE transparency. Because we are able to go for IoT, so we are able to monitor each different machine's OEE in real time. The auditor came in and audit the customers. We show them the OEE result directly through the platform itself. Okay, so that's actually basically my presentation just now.